This just in from Cathy Wood from ARK Invest. Let's see what she has to say about Tesla.
There has been a bit of a backlash, I would say, and a pause, because you do have GM and Ford saying, wait a minute, we're going to take a pause here ourselves because we can't do this profitably. By the way, that's a positive for Tesla, to have the competition doing this, and Tesla's just going full steam ahead.
Yeah, that's right. GM and Ford are not able to profitably continue to make EVs, so they had to step backwards. But Tesla, they're moving full steam ahead. They are doing this profitably. So when you hear that there's no demand for EVs, just know that it's not because Ford and GM can't sell cars and don't want them. Is that they're losing money every time they make an EV. So that's why there's no demand for them. But for Tesla, the demand is high, really high.
So I do think part of it's economic. And you can use all these other excuses. But if that is the case, what's going to happen, we believe, during the next 5 years, and that's our investment time horizon, we think the cost of an electric vehicle, the average electric vehicle, is going to be cut in half. And
yeah. And when that day comes, guess what? Major car companies who are making EVs are going to be screwed. And they're also going to be screwed because their cars cost more than electric vehicles. For example, right now with the EV tax credit, you can get a Model Y for about $37,000. And if you cut that in half, yeah, just think about it. It's the number one sold car in the world. And if you can get that car for half price, you do the thinking.
And Tesla's new block manufacturing techniques and technology, along with AI, are a big part of this.
How much, and you've been buying on this weakness, if you want to call it that.
So as we were selling...
She's been buying a lot of Tesla stock, like a lot. Like Cathy Wood and ARK Invest are unloading into buying Tesla stock. They have to sell some off because, they own a firm and you have to show profits and numbers and you're moving things around. You can't just hold them to one thing. But when they get the chance, they always dump into Tesla stock because they know what's up.
It was around 400 and 350. When it's been cut in half, down 60%, is not the time to run for the hills. If you believe Tesla is going to be, in this we also believe, the autonomous taxi network.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what she's saying. She's like, there's a lot of, crap in the air. A lot of people saying, oh, Tesla this, Tesla that, don't buy it. The stock is down, blah, blah, blah. But what she's saying is long term, over the 5-year horizon, not just what happens next week or tomorrow, or where's the stock going to do next week or next month. We're talking about 5 years from now. Are you going to be happy that you bought and held Tesla stock? That's what she's basically saying. Like, if you're worried about what Tesla's going to do the next month or 2 months, you're always going to lose. But if you back up from what the stock price looks like, you'll always see the trend is up. And that is the way to do this. Buy and hold.
Right now, people are starting to think about Tesla again as a car company. I mean, I think that's what part of what's happened here in terms of the valuation cut. There's been people said at one point, oh, this is a tech company, right? This is an AI company. This is all sorts of things. And then there were always these bears saying, well, actually, guys, it's not that at all. It's a car company. Now, some people are saying, well, maybe it's a car company. What is it? And how, for the valuation to sustain itself and actually to move higher, does it have to be what you just talked about, a robo-taxi company, a AI company, and all of the above?
Tesla is a multiple startup company. It is not just a car company. Everyone likes to pin it as one thing because it makes sense for our human brains to see what we see, but Tesla's doing multiple things. I made another video about it saying how Tesla is like an ETF. You got, the energy company, the boring company. They're doing Neuralink. They're doing all types of things, not just cars. Like, Tesla is a multiple startup company. And you know what? Investing in them will be a leap ahead for your future. I can tell you that.
It epitomizes the convergence among technologies that we are seeing today. And the robo-taxi network is not an if, it's a when. It's already happening. Waymo is out there, proof of concept. So it is going to happen. And if you've tried version 12.3 FSD, you'll see that Tesla...
This is the full self-driving mode that we should say is not fully self-driving just yet.
Correct. But if you drive, if using it, you will find that it
He was just trying to throw a jab in there because everyone's saying that it's not really full self-driving because you can't just sit back and lay there and let it do its thing. So they're like, why is Tesla calling it that? Because it's going to be there. Probably maybe like a year and a year and a half. It will be like that, where you can just sit back and chill and the car will drive exponentially at a greater level than you could say most humans are driving cars.
It's becoming more precise, but also a little more aggressive, like a human being would be, instead of this, more cautious. Right. So
Bingo. See, the thing is that the Tesla self-driving car used to drive very cautiously and creep out and not really be aggressive. But the more aggressive it becomes more realistic, and it's starting to learn from other people driving Teslas. It's picking up the information from the database, and the smarter it gets, the better it gets. This is not by coding. It's actually learning like humans do. It's getting more confident and understands scenarios better and better. This has nothing to do with coding. So some people say, like if you're watching on some people's channels, like the Mars catalog, there's a lot of channels showcasing how the Tesla is driving exponentially better, way better than what it used to, completely like night and day. Like they're saying that it's literally like having a human drive. But not everyone agrees, because I do have a friend who experienced it. She felt like it wasn't all there, but she also just got her Tesla, so she doesn't know what it was like in the past. But for people who have been using full self-driving, they have been there since the beginning of it, and they're noticing it in an exponential leap, something completely different. So in about a year and a half or 2 years, I'm sure what it's going to be like will be like night and day.
I think we're getting there, yes, but it epitomizes three technologies: robotics. These cars are and will be robots. And of course, he's got the whole humanoid robot going as well. Energy storage. Autos in the future will be electric. We believe in 5 years, 75% to 85% of all sales will be electric. Here in the United States and around the world.
Wow. Okay, did you hear that? About 70 to 80% of new cars being sold in America will be electric 5 years from now. That's not that long from now at all. That's literally not that far from now. And she's saying that by that time, new cars that are being sold, 70 to 80% of them in America will be electric. Well, let's see.
Even with the pullback that we've had in terms of EVs and the adoption.
Think about this. Yes, because if we're right on what's going to happen to auto prices, the average EV will be in the $20,000 to $25,000 range. The average gas-powered car will be about where it is right now, or a little more.
The cost of an electric vehicle will be half the price of what it is now in 5 years. Cars with gasoline engines will be the same price and probably more. So if the number one sold car was a Model Y and it cost about $37,000, some $40,000, some people bought it at that price. Now, if it's half the price in 5 years, so let's just say, make it an even number, $40,000. Now it's $20,000 for a Model Y 5 years from now. It's already the best-selling car, and it's $40,000 in some places, 37, for some. So if you just chop that in half, I don't think I have to explain it.
And the Fords and everybody else saying we can't even make these things profitably to begin with, let alone to do it at half the price.
And just think about this. Tesla's doing it profitably and cutting prices in the process. It's pretty phenomenal. Can I just go?
Yeah, Tesla is doing it. They're making it profitably. They're the only company that is making huge profits on their electric vehicles. Not saying that BYD is not making profits on their vehicles. They're making razor-thin margins. Compared to Tesla, Tesla is racking in way more money than any electric vehicle company, and also way more money than any car company for every vehicle sold.
I have one more. Robots, energy storage, they will be electric, 75, 85% in 5 years. And then artificial intelligence. This is the biggest AI project in the world.
You hear it here, people. Tesla is pulling off one of the biggest AI projects in the world. And when they pull this all off, they're going to be so damn far ahead in the next few years. People are going to wish that they were buying Tesla stock when it was low right now, sub $200. I have like over 200 shares of Tesla. I'm still buying, and I'm going to keep racking up, and I'm not going to stop buying. I'll be buying for the next 10 years. But let's see what you do. Well, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow. I post videos daily about what's going on with big tech, Tesla, the auto market, and all types of interesting things. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.